Walking Dead with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel.
I'm Jeremy. Check out all of our social media sites at thishishowtowatchtv.com and email us at twdwithjoelandjeremy@gmail.com.
Oh, I'm glad you said email because that reminded me that
Do we have an email?
we have an email, yes.
We have one email. Very good.
So it said, "Hey guys, you said no one emails, so here's one for you." From Andrew Yu. I don't have a question, but a few comments about the episode.
About our episode? Is he just going to down us for the next
No.
paragraph? Is that what's going to happen right
That
now?
would have been way. That would
The
have been
vaping
awesome.
sound he hates the vaping sound, and Joel should comb his hair? Is that what the... Okay, never mind. I'm just kidding.
If we
Go
had,
on, Andrew.
One, if we had to lose Rick in order to also lose Jadis, then that's a trade I'm on board with.
Didn't even think about it like that, but I'm right there with you, Andrew.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Number 2, here's a tip for the zombie apocalypse. Never wear a long sleeve shirt. Zombies must never kill anyone in short sleeve shirts because all of the horde had long sleeves.
What? Very observant. Okay.
And 3, whoever lives downriver from that bridge is about to get an unwelcome surprise of thousands of walkers washing up on their shore, which I guess doesn't matter since we have fast forwarded a few years. Thanks for the podcast, Andrew, the guy who complained about vaping a couple seasons ago and still listening. So...
Oh my God! No, I did not. No, I swear to God, I did not read that email beforehand
To know that
it was the same guy who complained about the vaping. I got a quieter vape, Andrew.
Don't encourage him. So anyway, thank you for emailing in.
And thanks for watching, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Episode 6, we're post Rick now.
But in the 6-year time jump,
Yeah.
we've moved down 6 years.
Is that your water?
My water?
table?
No. Do you need a water?
Yeah, it's mine now.
Ooh. It's a random spit could be in there. Who knows?
It's mine. It's on my table.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids don't drink water. They're not going to bring
they
it and set it down over here. That's impossible.
I don't drink water.
So, the time jump. Did we find out Maggie was gone pretty much right away?
I guess I don't know if I was paying attention or not, but I didn't hear anybody say that. They just kind of referenced
Hilltop.
that she'd left, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not that she's gone. It's just she's not going to be in any more episodes, at least for the first half of the season. Probably not the second half either. But
She'll be gone for a season and then come back or something. Just taking a break.
She's doing another show, but also
She's been in a
they
couple
said
movies
she'll
and stuff,
do.
too.
I read an article today talking about it that they're crafting. They have a story essentially for how she comes back and what her story still is left to be told on the show. So they're gonna just figure out scheduling to, how many episodes she can be in based on her other commitments.
Sounds good to me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Dude, you know what? Honestly, what was I saying for pretty much the past couple of seasons? About how bored I was with it, in a sense, right? Not I'm not saying that the whole 6-year time jump and everything has
Cured all of that.
reinvigorated my love for the show or anything like that. I mean, it's definitely a fresh look. I like the fresh look of the characters. Everybody has a new, except for Daryl. Daryl still looks kind of grimy, but just a little hair, a little longer. But everybody's.
But I mean, Daryl, he's been out there in the woods looking for Rick. So he must be camped out near where that happened.
Well, in between, yeah. It's in between all of the, where the bridge area was, in between all the different settlements.
You know what I just realized? The reason it takes them so fucking long to get anywhere between the two is because the bridge is gone.
They have to go around now.
Right. Which
Right.
must
The bridge
take
was
forever.
supposed to be the thing that connected all of the communities together.
And Rick blew that shit up. So... I forgot.
It was a pretty big horde that he had to get rid of, though.
Yeah.
It was two hordes merged together.
Right.
On the street there by the horse when he was back. That was last episode.
Right. Okay, so this one was the one where Gabriel... Or wait, Daryl. No, we were just talking about Daryl in general. Yeah, I mean, him still being out there looking for Rick I mean, I get
Well,
why
we
he
didn't really
would
find
be,
that
but
out until just this last episode. The
right, I
final
mean, we're just
episode.
talking about
We're just
all
general
three-
talking.
Yeah,
right.
the whole final 3 episodes.
Right.
So Carol and her, what's his name? I can't remember his name for whatever reason.
Her kid.
Yeah.
The prince.
Right. The prince. Yeah, I forgot they called him that.
Right.
So Hilltop
It's the
is
kingdom.
fuck bouncing all over the place, but Hilltop is the kingdom is falling apart.
Yeah, everything's getting old there. It's not.
It really did look worn down, you know what I mean, compared to the last time we saw it.
Yeah, it's unmaintained. Like they don't. All of the workforce was
The people at the bridge.
that and the saviors. Like, and the
Right.
saviors took off. Like they left and went and. We find out what happens to that group of people, but
Right.
yeah, the
Yeah,
group-
so that's why her son. Fuck, I wish I could remember his name. It's so ridiculous.
it's something simple too, like Charlie or something weird.
Just guessing now. Yeah, so he decides he wants to get into blacksmithing, so he's got to go to Hilltop. So Carol ends up having to take him.
Right.
That's when they ran into Billy Walsh from Entourage. I forget his name in this show. Todd or something like that.
But
This
he was
is
the
the
one-
worst podcast
I
ever.
mean,
I can't remember
seriously.
certain names. I mean, we're talking about an episode I've seen 3 times, but I've also seen the last 2 a couple times
Right.
as well. So it's
And you
just
have no
it's all
notes.
blending together, and I have 0 notes. So this is
No.
why I take meticulous notes.
Right. Well, that's why you would have all the names in front of you.
Right.
But anyway, her son, the prince,
Right.
he wants to go into blacksmithing. He has to go to Hilltop to do that because there's a blacksmith.
But he
there.
runs right into the first trap available to him,
Yeah.
and Carol has to give up her ring in that exchange.
Right.
I mean, I was surprised he let him live and or leave. I mean, I guess they are just pillagers at this point, right?
Right, and they didn't. But she did the same thing for him, though.
Oh, that's
He
right.
paid that back. She could have fucking killed him right there when she took him out when they were facing
Right.
off, you know, and she took him down.
He stabbed her or she stabbed him in the chest,
She didn't
like
stab
in the
him.
shoulder or whatever.
Maybe it was something like that,
Yeah.
right? But she didn't kill him. You know,
Right.
she could have killed him. She let him live and let him go away. They you know, they walked away. So then he like returned the favor, basically.
Right. Let's see what else. Gabriel talks to Negan, and it gets contentious, and he's like letting him get under his skin.
Yeah.
You know, it starts with the
Negan's
first
doing the
one.
Negan thing.
Yeah, he's back to Neganing,
Neganing, yeah.
and Gabriel goes in there, and that's when he's talking to him about the shit. You know, he's like, something that was in my asshole is actually in your nostrils.
The fart, like we was talking about farting, or the smell, how smell
Just-
ends
yeah,
up-
how
yes.
smell works. Yes,
Something that was in my asshole is actually in your nose.
is now in your nose. Yeah, so he basically pushes him to the point where Gabriel almost snaps, and I think it was because he mentioned Rosita, or was that after that he told him about Rosita, when he was saying that, oh, I heard her talking.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I don't need you to tell me how she feels about me. And he's like, yeah, I didn't say she was talking about you.
Right.
So
That
just
gets- I
finding
mean-
ways into people's head.
I mean, honestly, he is a smart dude, and he's still
And he's got nothing but time.
to play the long game, like
Right.
Sawyer, the long con.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about my son for a minute, but yeah, Lost.
No, Lost.
Yeah.
I was referencing Lost. It was for you, man. And
Okay,
you
well,
fucking missed it.
yeah, well-
Unbelievable. This is the worst podcast ever. You missed my Lost reference? Are you kidding me? Anyway.
So they send Rosita and Eugene out. Gabriel does, because he's been fucking around with the electronics or the radio equipment. And so he says if we could get another, what is it?
We can
some sort of signal
expand the
extender.
broadcast, yeah.
Yeah, we could search out further. Who knows what's out there? And like that's what I've been thinking the whole time. Like, why is everybody so content? I mean, I get that
Supply-
there's been
I
shit
mean,
going on, but like
They're growing food, and they're you know,
they
don't need to venture
explore.
out and gather supplies for scavenging anymore. They're starting to make and build their own things, which is what people did before.
Yeah.
They're living like people did when it was like that, like the
Right.
fucking Old West and shit, you know?
And that's why they're playing that uplifting music. that uplifting Old West kind of music.
Yeah, that always signals something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, I guess it does. Let's see. So that was, what were we talking about there?
We're just going all over the place, man.
Yeah, I know.
So where's the next thought that comes to your brain? Just spit it out.
Next thought that comes to my brain.
About The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay. Thank you for narrowing that down. It was all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I guess it's just so since we were just talking about Negan and things, so he eventually gets out. We see a couple of interactions between him and Gabriel. They progressively getting more contentious.
Oh, and we saw him interact with Judith through the window.
Yes,
and she was listening to him, but only
I like
about
that was
math.
interesting how he said it's like his TV.
Yeah,
like he watches the window to see all the people.
And they forget he's there and just talk like,
Right. But yeah, Judith comes but only for math. She doesn't want to hear any of his other fucking manifestos.
Yeah, it's just like, you can't be evil with math, basically.
Right.
Like numbers.
Math is numbers, right.
Yeah. I mean, he was giving her some decent logic, too. I can't remember exactly what he was talking about there, but he seemed to be making sense.
Now, do you think that
I'm sure
he's had any
Michonne has injected that into Judith. Do not, under any circumstances, think Negan is a good person.
Okay, I guess that's where I was going with it. Do you think he's changed at all? He's obviously Neganing.
He's adapted.
I'm talking about, do you think there's any chance that he ends up
doing
part
what?
Of
Going back to who he... Oh, okay.
Becoming a part of the group.
I think it's inevitable.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, is it again, long game to...
Oh, do I think he's trying to get back on top? I don't know.
Or do you think it's...
What if does
he genuinely care for Judith?
I think he does. What if...
he's down there 6 years watching this little girl grow up, knowing that Rick's gone.
Right.
That Carl's gone.
But, I mean, there's no long con there other than to make her want to be around him.
But that's what I'm saying. Is he going to genuinely join the group? Not as a ploy, not as a plan to get out. Does he?
I think it would be.
Okay. See, now here's how it's going to turn out. Like we don't see it coming. Like he got out of the cage. Oh shit, Negan's out, and it turns out to be like the complete opposite. He's like, I want to be here now. Can I be part of this? I've been watching through the fucking window for 6 years now.
I don't think he would be so obvious.
The gate was open.
Approach,
I'm just saying, the gate was open, and I didn't run.
Right.
I'm standing here saying you left the fucking gate open. You know what I mean? Like, might not be like that kind of thing. Or do you think he just goes full out Negan and just murders people on his way out? Like,
I don't.
Looking for Lucille.
I think that if anybody gave him a chance to be in the community, he might at least be able to decide whether it was worth it to stay and it was easier than having to be Negan.
Okay.
What?
So he does genuinely join the group for a season. Okay.
Right.
Goes on all next season. At the end of next season, he finds Lucille. And then fucking reverts to Negan.
I mean, I don't think they're willing to forgive him enough to trust him out of the cell. Even if he did try to
turn himself in.
Yeah, I
think
think he
they'd stick him
knows
right
that.
back in
I
there?
think he's leaving.
He's out.
I mean, I think it would make sense if he stayed, because even if he was in there 10 years, eventually they'll let him out and a work release kind of thing like they did the other guy, keep him under...
Yeah, but Negan was in there for life. Rick said, you're going to die in here.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah, he's got to go.
He's got to run.
That's all he can do. I hope
Rick
he doesn't
isn't
kill
there
anyone on the
anymore.
way out. I don't think he would.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
Rick
know.
isn't there anymore.
I shouldn't say that. He
So
absolutely
his
would.
reason for the hatred is gone.
What, Negan's?
Yeah.
Rick wasn't the only cause of Negan's hatred.
Yes, he was.
You really think so? You
What
think
else?
Negan was cool as fuck before Rick?
I mean, he maybe didn't like. I'm talking about like the need for vengeance and going after Rick like that. Yes, that was all about Rick.
Okay.
It wasn't because Rick started it by they went and murdered all the saviors at that satellite post or whatever it
Right.
was.
Yeah, the where the big satellite dishes were.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I feel like,
and then
God,
like
that was still one of the most fucked up ones. The way they did that, like just
in the night. Yep.
just in the back of their neck. Okay, so the rage was via Rick there. So with it gone, but still people would have to trust him. And I just don't see. I mean, look at how hard Michonne went out of her way to not ingratiate those 4 people
new
or 5
people.
people that they found.
Do you like the new members?
I do.
I do too. Fresh faces.
Yeah.
We needed a load of fresh faces. We
Right.
did. Like all the old group, like that's been coming together for all the season. A lot of them are dying off. There's not. We were even discussing that. Like how many? Like okay, from like the original camp, like the original, like by the river or whatever, where they
Carol
were
and
at.
Daryl.
That's it, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think any kids made it.
But Daryl wasn't even. Was he even part of that group though?
I
He was
mean,
on the rooftop, or was that? I don't remember, man. That's
that
a
was,
long
that
time
was
ago.
Merle. That was yeah. It's still really good shit if you go back and watch
That was
those.
Merle. That was Daryl's
Merle,
brother. Was on
yeah.
the rooftop.
Yeah.
That's right. Daryl was with the rest of the people.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, he was at the campsite.
So yeah, the originals are Carol and Daryl. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's all the other people. Tara.
Well,
you
also
got-
Rick. Rick lived.
Okay.
He's still alive. Is all
He's
I'm
still
saying,
alive.
technically.
Right. Yes, technically. But then you got all the people that they've added and been coming and going since, like Maggie, Glenn, the season 2ers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Michonne. And the people of season 3 are all gone, basically. Tyrese and not Tyrese was not his name, was it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The big dude.
Yeah, with the wore the beanie.
Yeah. And he would just, I mean, he was the one, like, we thought he was dead, like, in, like, a horde of zombies, and he had, like, an axe or something, or a hammer. It was a hammer. And next thing you know, he comes walking out of the woods covered in blood, and he's just fucking fought his way out of all
Right.
of it. Yeah. Yeah, he was a good character. And then Sasha and all them, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have come and gone, man. It's crazy. And now we get a whole crop of fresh faces. And that dude, the music teacher, the big-eyed fella, he's
Yeah.
from Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
I knew I'd seen that guy from somewhere before. He was in,
The music teacher guy.
yeah, he was in Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just quickly found a synopsis of episode 6. The survivors encounter unfamiliar faces outside the safety of their community's walls and must decide whether or not this new group can be trusted. So they did that was the whole trial episode then. Or, I mean, not trial, but it sort of felt like that. The Inquisition in front of the
Yeah.
panel of
Well, they're asking the people questions. And,
yeah,
you know,
and it was like Aaron, Michonne, some shit had to have gone down besides, I mean, I don't want to say just Rick being gone. You know, I don't
between
wanna-
her and Maggie.
You think
Her and
so?
Hilltop. Something had
I
to
mean-
go on because she doesn't seem welcome at Hilltop.
Yeah, I mean,
Or like she doesn't want to go there for some reason.
maybe we'll get a flashback to something like that during those 6 years, you think?
I think the material's there.
I mean,
I
she
think
is
there's-
let's
I think
not
that's a
discount
reason.
she's missing the braids on this part of her head.
The wig is terrible.
But there's nothing to say that didn't get cut off, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe
you-
something was happening.
Maggie ripped it out.
Yeah, like some crazy shit like
Fucking
that.
Crazy.
Well, it's
fight.
6 years later, so it would have grown back.
Not to the length of a dreadlock.
No, but not. It was real short still. I mean, maybe she just kept
It's
it
just,
that way.
I mean, I don't know what they changed about. She used to wear the bandana. It
Yeah.
had the cuts come down. Now it's just, I don't like it. I don't like the new wig. It's
don't,
bad.
don't like the new wig. So again, so she seems super distrusting of everybody,
Yeah.
and you know, basically outs that one girl for having hidden knives, you know, in her belt buckle and then in a necklace or some shit.
Right.
And the one girl's
The
deaf.
chick from the 100.
Yeah, the chick from the 100.
Right.
The one girl's deaf. The
Can sign.
other guy can sign. That's a guy, right?
No.
That's a girl. She's a
I think
girl.
so.
I thought there was another. I thought there were two guys in there. No, just the music teacher. I thought the younger kid was a guy.
I have no idea, man.
I guess it
think
doesn't really
was
matter,
all girls. There was the music teacher.
And then
The deaf girl.
the brunette that got hit her head.
No, it was all females. Man.
Yeah, was it?
I think the one that can sign language with the other chick.
I thought he was a boy because he said, "I need to go to Oceanside." Like I thought he was signing that or said that.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Right.
Oh no, sorry. That was the son's interaction with the teens at Hilltop. Getting it confused.
Yes.
Sorry about that. So anyway, they basically.
So it is just a music teacher and all.
I guess so.
I guess you have to find. I hate to be that guy.
I
But
don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point
thought
is,
it was a woman.
Michonne basically vetoes them staying, and they were basically going to kick them out, right? Wasn't that it? But then
It looks like they were about to send them on their way.
Right.
Which is
but the girl from the 100,
like not cool. Like there's only so many of us left. Like,
right? And that's a group of them. And,
Right.
I mean, they
who
didn't even,
seem like they could be a productive members of this group.
right.
They can fight. They've
Well, she
been
found the
surviving
prison
this
tattoo on her hand or on her wrist. So
What does that
I mean, I mean, I guess it doesn't anymore.
I mean, it didn't matter for Kate.
So, nice. Spoilers.
She didn't have a prison tattoo though, did she?
No, no. As far as I know, there was no prison tattoos.
Her prison tattoo was the letter.
Right. Yes, that was her prison tattoo. So they end up. Michonne ends up taking them.
Kate's
to,
letter is my prison tattoo. New band name I call it.
Okay. Michonne, Sadiq, and one of the guys that was with.
The guy that kind of looked like Don Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The bag carrier. The guy who was like, yeah, carry that shit over there, guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so they all take them to Hilltop, and they run into some people that were sent out from Hilltop
Yes, the messengers.
to
yeah.
come meet with them. Oh, it was to
they-
go out and
They
tell.
were going to the Alexandria to tell them that they had Rosita.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
That they had found her and she was hurt.
And Michonne keeps being sketchy about going with and
Right.
blah blah blah. They stop at their stuff where they,
They're like rig, they called it,
yeah.
which was it looked like it was a truck,
Okay.
like a truck trailer, or it might have been a truck that they were using to
Right.
move from place to place. Like they might have been driving us like with all their shit in the back.
Right.
What else to drive through a fucking horde of zombies? A fucking semi truck, right?
Yeah, that'll do it. You would
At
think.
a good enough speed, I think so.
For a little bit, anyway.
I mean, unless you're talking tens of thousands, and you're just piling up the bodies in your axles and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not making it. But or like what happened with the Charger way back in the day.
Right.
Remember when he fucking backed up all over and fucking picked the back fucking tires up off the
Right.
ground? And they had to get out. I think that's the same scene I'm talking about when Tyrese got out and they all had to like fight their way out of that shit. That's when the show was really cooking, man.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, I think so. Like right before they started finding the Alexandria and trying to start settling down and making a community.
I mean, I think the
when
prison
they were
was
just like on their fucking run. And
the prison was the start of the downfall of that. Man, I've said it before, but I expected so much more from the prison. I thought that was going to already be a functioning. I thought it was still going to be an operational prison, for some reason, but like a fucked up version of it, where you found out they were
and the
just
governor
residents
was running the whole. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought was going to happen too. But yeah,
Yeah.
it turned out being something totally different.
Yeah, nah. Let's see. So, what they stop on the way overnight somewhere, and Michonne thinks Eric is his name, right? Isn't that the guy from Fantastic Beasts?
Okay.
He turns around with a Stradivarius, and she slices it in half, thinking it's some sort of weapon.
Right. Well, he
So
was
we-
crouched over or something, and she said, "Drop it," and he said, "If I drop it, I can't drop it. It's a fucking priceless violin."
Right.
And then she turned around and she sliced it in half.
Yeah, except he didn't say that. He just said, I can't.
Right.
He could have said, it's a violin. Please don't cut it.
Right.
Or me.
It's not a weapon. It's a violin. Please don't kill me. But again, her mistrust almost got the best over there.
Yeah? Shit. Let's see. The next episode was Carol seeks out an old friend living in a wilderness teeming with walkers. Not teeming like joining up, but just a bunch of walkers. Survivors make the perilous trek to a new home. So yeah, so this is when I don't know if they even get to, do they even get to Hilltop in this episode? I think they're still on their way. I think this one mainly focuses on the Carol and her son and Daryl stuff.
Right.
No, they do make it by the end.
We didn't mention what Carol did before all that.
Before all what?
When she set those fucking people on fire. We didn't talk about that.
What?
The people that robbed them and took her ring?
Oh,
She
shit.
set them on fire.
Yeah, that's
She poured
right.
gasoline over all of those people and set all of them on fire.
Wasn't it just him?
No, it was everybody.
That's fucking awesome. I did forget about
So
that.
Carol has not changed, except her hair.
Right.
She's still a ruthless
Did
fuck
she
who will
just-
do anything. A ruthless warrior who will do anything to protect her family and what's hers and whatnot. Like, she did that because those people are a nuisance and they'll cause more trouble down the road. So might as well end the problem now.
Right.
And I mean, I was like, holy shit, that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that she was able to get gas on all of them without them waking up.
Right. Well, he woke up. It was just too late.
Yeah, for him anyway.
Yeah.
But everybody else just, smells
that
really,
got?
smells like gas quite a bit.
Burn.
Yeah, done.
Burn. I mean, you're under covers. They were like, sleeping. You ain't making it.
Ugh.
Brutal way to go.
But he deserved it. I had a
Oh,
feeling
yeah,
he
no,
wasn't
no,
going to
no,
last
no,
long
listen.
on the show.
Right. I wasn't arguing that. I wasn't arguing that Carol shouldn't have done it. I was just saying it's fucking brutal. Carol's brutal, and she has been for quite some time.
Right.
Yes, and nothing about her is changed.
So that was before they went to see Daryl.
That was before they met up with Daryl. Yes,
Okay.
that was the first episode. That was episode 6.
Okay.
Right.
Jesus. And then that was the episode that we saw that Michonne has a son with Rick.
Yeah. Well, we kind of guessed that.
Well,
When
no,
they-
they showed the little boy. And
Well, I'm saying that they had.
well, yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Right.
I mean, they didn't set up an obvious, let's make a plan for the future. I got another way. And then they do it. And it's not going to be that she gets pregnant. I mean, come on.
Right.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
Rick's legacy in this show has to live on somehow in their eyes because they have no idea what we know. They don't know that he signed on for 3 movies. They don't know that.
Right. They're not aware of that. Yeah. So Rick, his shit. I mean, God, there's no way we're doing a 6-year time jump with him. Like, we have to pick up right where it left off, don't you think?
No,
and
so
then
movies
time
don't
can
work
pass.
like that. Movies don't work like that.
No, I'm just saying, him
Like-
arriving wherever the fuck he's at. You think he's just gonna wake up wherever he is?
Dude, you know what though, man? Like
2 years
I would
in?
be weird about is if they just changed the whole look and feel and made it more.
It's gonna be made by AMC.
Blockbustery, it should.
It's
it
made
should
for TV.
Feel like a long episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's basically the gist
Right.
of it.
But we're gonna get big picture shit, I think, with the movies.
I freaking hope so.
Right? It's gotta be. It can't just be Rick flew over here and now we're in this little area.
Yeah.
And we don't get to see anything else. It's gotta be big picture. We get to maybe find out what's happening in the rest of the fucking country. The whole. You might find somewhere where they know what's going on or have some sort of communication lines open with certain points and areas.
I mean, or not, because it's the people that they left with. I mean, we're there to pick up either a walker or a person. Why do they need walkers? They're everywhere. Do they have none where they're at?
That's a really good fucking question.
There's no reason to need an A.
Experimentation.
Right, but you
Trying
would
to
only
find
need
out.
to find those people if you didn't have a plethora of dead
But then
around
maybe
you.
maybe like you said, maybe they've cleared out their area, wherever they're at. Maybe they don't have. Maybe they've fought them off. They
But
have a helicopter.
they're only within
Maybe there's
helicopter distance.
Who knows if they have a helicopter? Who knows what else they have? You know,
Yeah.
they don't got a tank. A tank. That'd be good for driving through a pile of zombies.
Right, that would work.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think.
I don't
that's
think it'd be.
stopping.
Why didn't they just take that tank from the first episode?
Well, none of them would know how to drive a tank.
Well, I mean, figure.
I'm
that-
pretty sure
that
it's
shit
not
out.
just
Eugene would know.
Eugene wasn't with them.
I know, but he'd know now. They could go back and get the
They
tank.
ran into them. What was that? Season 3 or 4, right? It was Eugene,
Yeah.
Rosita, and
Abraham. Yeah.
And like I see, like that's. I guess that's part of like what I liked about this show too. Is like people would just come out of fucking nowhere. Like they came out of nowhere.
That felt a little bit like, and
And all
I
of a
could
sudden they
be
were just
totally wrong
an
on this
integral
reference,
part of the
but
show after
it felt like
a
The Stand a little bit in that regard, where like you'd just kind of be wandering around, and then there'd be other people that you'd interact with, just kind of out of nowhere. I could be totally misremembering that movie,
Stand.
the Stephen King movie. No, never saw it.
I don't know.
Whatever. Like it just seemed like it was just a bunch of random people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of what it would be in, you know, the apocalypse. Have you seen any trailers? I'm sorry, it's off subject. Have you seen any trailers for Bird Box
No.
with Sandra Bullock? Netflix movie. Dude, check out the trailers, bro.
Okay.
It's post-apocalyptic, crazy looking,
Okay.
wild shit. Yeah, it's not zombies. I don't
Is
think.
it
but
out?
I don't not yet. I don't think so. But you can watch the trailers for it on Netflix. It was popping up on the during the football game, and I was like, "Wow, that looks really good."
Okay.
Like,
So the thing with Daryl, Carol brought her son there, Henry,
right.
brought him there to form some sort of a bond with Daryl, which is why she set up the dog trap, or got the dog caught in the trap. I mean, she was mentioning those right away, you know, when they walked up. And yeah, it was so obvious the second and third time watching the episode. The first time I'm like, maybe she did. But then the second time I'm like,
Yeah, she did.
yeah, she did. She definitely did.
Well, especially because she was watching.
But it gave them a little secret. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something that they thought she didn't know about.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but she looks like Orlando Bloom from Lord of the Rings.
With the bow and arrow and
Yeah,
shit.
when
like,
she's peeking
all
out
right,
behind there.
take it easy, Legolas. Right.
Yeah, basically that.
That would have been a good line when we were watching the show. Take it easy there, Legolas.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, her popping out of the trees and shit. But anyway, she got what she wanted. She's still manipulative. She can still get what she wants like that.
Carol has, well, like, I think we talked about this maybe in this season or last season in the podcast, but her, like, character arc, it's got to be the best in the show. From battered housewife to fucking all-out woman fucking warrior. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah,
Leader,
I mean,
everything. Like, she's a badass,
She's
dude.
the queen.
Now she is, right. But, like,
I just don't see that lasting.
her being the queen,
I mean, not the her being the queen part, but like with Ezekiel, something's going to happen. I just feel it.
like, he's going to get killed.
Yeah.
Well,
Something like
he hasn't been in very many episodes either, so...
maybe not right away, but I just feel like that's coming at
Mm-hmm.
some point. I don't feel like she gets her happily ever after.
No. Or that her son, something happens to her son.
Right, that could happen too, but that seems, I don't know why it seems less likely. It feels like what they did.
I agree with you.
You know what?
Have we even seen Ezekiel?
Yeah, we saw him. He was kind of giving his son grief about his attitude when they were
Was
fixing
that
the
in
pipes.
the 6 year after the 6 year time
Yeah,
jump?
yeah.
But that was the only scene we've seen him in. So yeah, he's getting it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think what they did, and it's
They're
kind of a dick
moving
move,
over to a new cast now.
they replaced Carl.
With Judith.
No, with Henry.
Oh yeah, they did.
They age jumped it so much to
where
quickly replace him. Why?
Yeah, why not just leave him on the show?
Imagine if Carl was still there.
Yeah. I don't know. The Grimes family lives on, man. Judith Grimes.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not the
6-year-old
Grimes.
ninja cowboy.
6-year-old ninja cowboy, not Grimes.
What's
In
Shane
any way,
last name?
shape, or form.
No. Well,
No.
I mean, she's been raised with his values and his
I know, but
things passed down
genetically
from his
speaking,
son. No, but
I just
genetics,
why couldn't Carl
genetics
have
don't make
stayed?
up exactly who you are.
Was Carl's sacrifice for Sadiq really necessary? I mean, did it have to be done? Like, couldn't he just still be there and like dealing with the loss? I mean, is this all just setting up for Michonne to be alone, raising Judith? You know what
RJ.
I mean? And RJ.
It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it wouldn't be so
There's
bad.
a
on
reunite
her.
at the end with
Huh?
Rick.
Oh, I mean, there's zero chance that doesn't happen. At
Right.
the very least, Rick Grimes, Judith Grimes, all grown up,
Meets her dad.
meets her dad. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Michonne will make it that long, but
The end of the show is just them, just the last survivors, just standing in front of a fucking giant horde of zombies. It's just over.
they're talking about how they're going to go to this magical place and retire, and
Right.
they all say goodbye for like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
like at the end of Lord of the Rings.
Right.
Or which one was that? Yeah, that was Lord of the Rings, wasn't it?
That was so long.
They had like the big group hug moment where they were all like, "Oh,
There was
I'm
like
going
12
off.
of
I'm
them.
going off to this cloud. I'm going to
There
this."
was like 12 of them.
Yeah.
12 like goodbye moments.
Yeah.
At the end of that.
Ridiculous.
I cried through every one of them.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so yeah, that's got to come back around to that. So Daryl basically he ends up agreeing to go, and
Well, only when they find out that Rosita was hurt. Right?
yeah, but how did he find that out? At walkie-talkie? Or
They met
radio or
up with
something?
the other group. They met
Oh,
up with
right.
Michonne and them, didn't they?
Somebody's got to talk about the show, okay? I can't be expected to remember fucking everything.
you usually write it down, fucker.
Yeah, I do. A small rescue mission braves the
He's trying to
danger
teach me a lesson here, is what he's trying to do.
to show
You
that.
take some notes once in a while, fucker.
Yeah, I mean, just anything. Bullet points. Stuff we need to discuss. Do you think they're going to be successful with the radio thing? You think that's going to end up working? Of course, Eugene fucking breaks his or dislocates his knee falling off the tower.
Right.
Instead of staying on the tower,
Letting the herd pass by.
yeah,
Right.
I mean-
and Rosita could climb up there, too.
right. That seems like the more logical.
It could have been a herd of...
The Whisperers.
Right.
We
Was
haven't
that what they were
discussed-
referred to as that?
We haven't discussed that at all.
Well, no. I thought we were working our way up to that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
That's
so
kind of the more important...
so this is episode 8, Evolution, which I was
You never bought in from the very beginning, the very
Okay,
first time
but-
you heard the...
Here's the annoying part, man. Here's the annoying part. I sort of started to by this point.
I know you did. Because they were pulling you in that direction.
Right.
Right.
But I should know better, and
should know
I'm
better.
annoyed that I didn't.
I'm the one who's gullible like that. You're the one who always like, no, man, it's like this. And I'm like,
But the second that I saw,
it's just people, man. It's
Yeah.
always just going to be fucked up people doing fucked up things, man.
Right.
That's what this world is. There is no magic. There is no zombies fucking evolving. It's not that.
and they had to put that episode that as the title, so I was expecting it, and I'm like, just imagine.
It's just people. It's just people that found a new way to be fucked up in this world.
Right.
Like we were discussing on, I think, our last podcast, the fucking governor with the heads in the aquariums and the chaining his daughter up as a zombie in the fucking hole. The W people with them in the trailer setting trap. People have Negan melting them to the fence. I mean, everybody's figured out how to fuck these things up and do crazy shit with them and, adapt to the world they live in, so to speak.
Right.
This is just another one of those things, man. It really is. It's just another one of those issues now that they have to deal with. Oh, now people are wearing zombie faces as masks. Another fucking issue we have to deal
Right.
with these fucking zombies.
I-
They don't talk. They're not evolving. It's
Yeah.
just fucking people. It's always people. Why can't we just be normal? Like, what? The world breaks down and everybody just goes to their most fucking basic fucking instincts and
Yeah.
to kill, maim, and murder and shit. It's crazy.
They
It makes me really fear for humanity if shit ever does go south, man.
I was watching the last episode or this episode with you and that was my second watch, and it was painfully obvious that they were humans. Like, you could see it. You could see them leading the herd.
Yeah.
When the herd would get distracted, like with Daryl, when he was
Yeah.
up on the rooftop and the dog was barking and he was trying to get him to come to them. And they
turned away.
turned a little bit, but then like you saw people walk through the herd going the other way and make
probably
noise and like yeah.
whispers and having them move
Yeah,
this
exactly.
way. Right.
They're using that to guide the
Right.
herd.
And they can't smell them
because they're
they're
covered
wearing
in-
the flesh, right?
Yeah.
Like way back in the beginning. They did in season fucking 1 to like
they're
get
just
through the
covering themselves in the guts. Yeah.
So you can't be.
But this is a little bit further than that. They
no, they
skinned a
and sewed their fucking faces onto them. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was fucking sewed onto the guy's head.
wasn't sewed it was sewed onto their head.
It was sewed like a mask.
I thought it was just sewed so that he could put it on.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
cut it open.
I know, but he took one off.
But what I'm saying is,
It wasn't
they
like
sit-
attached to the head. They had to take them. Yeah, that's what I was
It's
getting
still fucked up. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it was attached to their head or not. They still fucking skinned something
Yeah.
and put it on their own face.
That's what I was talking about. Like, they had to literally skin a walker. Imagine how hard that would be. And find one with reasonable enough skin.
Well, you kill it first. Or you just
Well, yeah, I get that
yeah,
part.
but you find one that's not dead enough.
Yeah.
It's completely rotted away. Right. Unbelievable.
And what do you gotta be doing some finishing. to
Leathering.
that. There has to be something done on the inside.
Absolutely.
There's no way.
Just wearing faces.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop.
There's no way they have to have a seamstress that's taken part in this, and that they're sewing lining on the inside. There's just no way that they're putting their faces on dead flesh like that. You could get infected. You know what I mean? If you had any
You
sort of
swallow it, or
yeah,
right.
anything, they have to be cleaning them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. So the synopsis for the 8th episode is: a small rescue mission braves a dangerous herd in their hunt for a missing comrade, only to discover a surprising threat that could doom them all. So they're leading you to believe that the herd is talking, and like, because they were like, okay, so Aaron and Jesus,
Okay.
they were training
Right.
covertly. Like, he was training him to be a ninja ass kicker, like
Right.
he
Like,
is
yeah.
apparently. And since Jesus is now running Hilltop, since Maggie left,
One-armed ninja ass kicker. New band name I call it.
right? Maggie left. She's with Georgie now.
So
I think we pretty much called that.
Right. So what's his name?
Jesus.
Jesus is reluctantly in charge of Hilltop.
Yeah, it refuses to even take her
Right.
office. And who's there? Tara is with them.
Yeah.
So Tara is basically going to end up in charge now because Jesus goes out. He's training Aaron. He runs into Michonne and them, and they all go to Hilltop, right?
Yes.
And
To get Rosita. That's what basically drives
Right.
Michonne to finally say, okay, I'm going.
right.
Right.
And then Jesus ends up going out again with them to get Eugene. And that's when the herd, you hear them saying, "Where is he?" or "Don't let him get away," shit like that.
Yeah.
And I noticed again when the walkers were trying to get through the hole in the wall.
Yeah.
You know, that crack that they said would slow them down.
Yeah.
The first two got stuck there. The third one pushed them through.
Push them through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just walked over.
Right.
So, you
It's-
know,
I mean, you got to give it to him, I guess. One of the cleverest ways to adapt to the world, use the herd as a weapon, basically.
right.
You know? And
But, I
then
mean,
if you
it's
have to,
not
you
like
can
you can-
surprise people with the running and stabbing and shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they held their own for quite a bit there. They got Eugene out. Everybody else made it except for Jesus. And that to me was just, I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones, but that was such a White Walker moment for me. Just the lighting, it was all like blue
Yeah.
and foggy and
And-
dark.
right.
And then like
And he was kicking everybody's ass like Jon Snow
He was
style.
just fucking them up casually.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then-
like you do zombies. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't anything we haven't
Yeah.
dealt with before. I have a fucking sword. I'm a badass. I can do flips and ninja kicks and shit and chop
Right.
heads off and whatever.
And then he goes to swing at one, it ducks and stabs him through the back and
Right.
or through the chest.
like up,
yeah.
like up and out.
Yeah.
Like through every vital organ you have in that area.
But,
And what
I
does he
mean-
say to him?
He said, "You're where you don't belong."
You're where you don't belong. Right.
Yeah. But I mean, they were just getting Eugene.
Right.
His dumb.
Maybe they
I mean,
wanted Eugene.
They were saying, "Don't let him get, or don't let them get away." Where's the other one?
Right.
When it was Rosita,
Maybe they're
they
looking.
didn't
They're
come
trying
after
to
Rosita.
capture him. No, they were looking for Eugene. Maybe they wanted Eugene because of his. They've been spying and they know.
What he can do. That
Right.
He can make bullets. and
Right.
That's not a bad thought.
I mean, thinking of this again, though, I guess the element of surprise was good at close range, but like, what if Daryl and them just decided to start picking those motherfuckers off? Like when they were watching them circle around in the field?
Yeah.
Like, what if there was like a whole group of people and they were just like, all right, let's take out this herd real quick and just started mowing them all down? Like, wouldn't those people like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
oh, now we're screwed. Like, so that's kind of could backfire on you actually, like, because people just kind of casually kill zombies.
But you're in a herd, so like the thought would be that it's not even worth starting shit with a herd.
right. Avoid them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I wonder what would have kept them just staying in that field.
Them walking in circles the same way that they were controlling with their voices.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
Have you ever
I mean,
seen them do that before? No.
I knew the second the one turned its head, and for some reason I saw something around the eye that was like it was recessed too far or something to where it was like that's a human.
I didn't catch it at all.
And none of them have ever turned their head with interest like that. you
Well,
know?
that was the whole
evolution tease.
right. Are we right? They're listening now. They know we're here. You know, like it was. You never bought it to begin with, and I'm proud of you for that. I was like, what else could it be? You know, and then the whole running thing. And before they revealed it was humans, they did come running out of the fog, and I kind of sat up in my chair like, oh shit.
No, well,
Yeah.
like when they ran off after the one got stabbed, right?
After he stabbed Jesus, a bunch of them
Oh,
came
4
running
or 5
out,
came running, yeah.
out to bat, and they killed them all. The group killed them, and then they
Yeah.
were surrounded
But
after
it
that.
looked like White Walkers
oh,
again
dude,
running
like I was,
out like
I was
that.
about to. I sat up out of my chair. I was like, "This just turned into Game of Thrones."
Yep.
Yeah, like they can use weapons and run. You're
Right.
done.
Yeah, it's over.
It's
Forget
over
it.
with.
But yeah, they're people.
Yeah, it's just people. Like I said, it's
So
just
then-
people doing more fucked up things with zombies.
Then
And
what's going to be next? Where do we
I don't
go
know,
from
man.
here,
Like that's what. That's why it's almost kind of. It's just people.
Disappointed by being. I'm disappointed that it wasn't the evolution of the walkers.
So you are so then you do feel like that it wasn't a little disappointed that it wasn't that it's not the zombies increasing in
only
danger,
because
like,
of my love for like all things sci-fi like that, where it's like okay, there's a little bit of the mystical there, where oh shit, the rules just changed. Like
Exactly.
that kind of a game
But the
changer.
rules didn't change.
No, I mean the rules have changed because Michonne made rules. So
Yeah.
in that sense,
That
the rules have
sense,
changed.
but I'm talking about the rules of what we know. Like we thought, like I said, if they can run or they can think and coordinate now and strategize, like yeah, that's a game changer. That changes everything. Like that makes those things 10 times more dangerous.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just people.
Yeah.
If you can get to the root of this problem, just like they did with Negan.
Okay, but what about this? Doesn't that feel like a
These people have to organize
but
somewhere.
as sadistic as that thing is with like putting on the masks of the zombies, is that not a really really useful tactic for the group to learn,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like and use
why not?
to steer herds away? I
To
mean,
steer
it's
herds away?
genius.
It's absolutely genius. Yeah, but using it in a different light rather than whatever these people are using it for. It's just the next group of people, man.
right. The next bad guy.
Now wait. Episode 8 done. Or what is it?
9 is the next one.
The next the next they just
They
wipe
just
those
wipe
people out.
out
That
all of the
storyline's over
whispers.
with.
Yeah.
Just like the W's, just like Terminus.
Right. I mean,
Done. On to the next.
I genuinely don't know where the story goes. Like,
Well, it's all about building the society and bringing the 3 communities together.
oh, that's right, the festival or
Yeah.
the fair.
The fair.
I think it's obviously going to happen. I think Michonne
Well,
will
yeah.
end up going.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know why? Because Judith,
Judith will talk, her daughter will talk her into it.
RJ,
Yeah.
she'll want to take him.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of levity. It's weird because in this world, I don't really want that.
A
Like,
fair? No, I don't
No,
think.
I do, but like, I don't want to lose what makes this show. I mean, not that it's really stayed the same, but like everybody finding ways to be happy and shit like that. It just feels against the tone of it.
Yeah, but that's the goal, though. Inside of the show. For these people, what else are they supposed to just be on the run all the time for our entertainment? No, they want to live their lives. Like,
Right. No, I get that new society is coming out of this, and that's cool. But like at the same time, I don't know. I want more of. I still want more exploring. I just don't see why
Yeah.
that can't be a thing.
Well, he talked about expanding the radio waves and finding
Right.
out what's out there. So I imagine we do get some more of that.
Didn't the thing fall? Didn't Eugene drop the radio, or did he get it? Did they get it to turn on up there?
That I don't remember.
I mean, I hope that works out.
They'll eventually get it to work. They'll go try again after they figure out the W's.
The
mean-
Whisperers.
The Whisperers.
Huh.
Could be the same group of people. They never
Oh.
found like the root of the W's. They never found like the leader or who. They attacked Alexandria and were soundly defeated, and then most of them ran off.
Right.
Right. And then they had the one guy locked up for a while,
Right.
and he got killed.
So he wasn't the first prisoner. Oh no, Negan was at Hilltop. No, Negan's at
At
Alexandria.
No, they built
But-
that cell and locked the W dude down there. Morgan did.
Okay.
Remember?
Right.
And they were going to try to find out where he got it from. Then Tara befriended him and let him out. Or I can't exactly remember what, but he got killed.
Was it Tara or was it
Not Tara. It was her girlfriend.
God, I don't know why I can't remember her. She was one of my
Beth?
favorite characters.
Not Beth.
I really liked
She
her
got shot in
character. She got shot in the back of the throat by Dwight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so many good characters that have come and gone.
Yeah, really. Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I love that. That's what he's known as.
Got his whole face torn off and shit.
Yeah, that one was
It
really
was pretty brutal.
So, I mean, next, I guess we just push forward with, like you said, the storyline towards the fair. I don't know why I feel like the king is in impending doom. I don't know if it's happening right away.
Time and
If we get a king episode, a King Ezekiel episode, you know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got a lot more Jesus those last two,
Yes,
leading into his death.
we did. We
You know,
got,
I mean,
and we got some like subtle kind of goodbyes with Jesus. I didn't see it. I didn't even really like see it coming either. But like after he died, I was just like, oh, that's why he was like all hugging everybody and shaking hands and shit.
but
Like,
it's like he knew he was going to die. I mean,
no, not necessarily that, but it was just like there was some, like between him and Aaron, there was kind of like a
yeah, like
that, and then between him and Tara, like when I get back, I'll take care of those things you want me to take care of.
right.
And then he died. You know, it was
Right.
like, oh, and that's why they did that. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
No, it all.
But like I said, his exit scene was awesome.
I didn't expect him to die. Not then. I just mean like in general. I figured he was going to be on for a while, but he seemed really angsty and like not a reluctant leader.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because like that shit.
Because he was never the leader. He was always the scout running around, finding people or that was his deal. He was
Right.
never the leader. He didn't want to be the leader.
Well, he's not the leader no more. Who do you think takes over? Tara?
For now. Yeah.
Oh, I guess they'll have another election.
If that's the way they do things there, yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
they just did one. I mean, he just won the election.
Jesus did.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, I mean, maybe they have a line of succession set up.
I'm curious to know I wonder if Michonne being so upset has anything to do with her presenting her charter and it being turned down in some way, shape,
Oh,
or
like the
form.
rules and stuff?
Right, like she presents the charter and like everybody's kind of like, yeah. we'll have a handshake deal and we'll just kind of go from there. Like, you know, like.
But
you
Maggie
didn't
was
like
part
that.
of that. She was the one. She was championing that idea with Michonne earlier this season. You know, I don't know. Maybe they didn't like the way it worked out. I feel like we're gonna see what happened.
I feel like we are too.
I
I
don't-
feel like you don't have a 6-year time jump in a show like this and not go back to some of that information.
Right.
There's stuff there.
And luckily, when Carol cut Daryl's hair, it didn't change at all, so he can go back and play any scenes.
I wish she'd just cut his hair all the way, like season 1 Daryl.
Yeah?
Short, yeah.
I mean, I prefer Shaggy Daryl, but it's been ridiculous.
He's kind of
Just-
gross.
It's super easy to go like this,
Right.
or push your hair back. There's no need for it to be in his eyes
But if it's
constantly.
super dirty and like just
Yeah, but
like
that
a
would it would
chunk.
hold back.
Right.
If you just get a comb, I'm sure there's been a comb somewhere.
just
along
the
the
sweat
way.
and grease would just hold it in place.
Yeah, it'd
naturally.
be super slick, Derek
Right.
or Daryl.
gross.
Super slick, Derek.
Derek.
So yeah, I guess we'll be back in February. If you haven't checked out the other shows on the Jay and Jack Network, not that this show should be any representation of their quality, because
this
was,
episode.
I mean,
Mr. Note Taker over here.
okay, you know, I don't take notes one fucking time, and all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. Taking notes every episode of every 101 with Jenna.
To a point of annoyance sometimes.
Right.
But
Super
this was
detailed
more
note-taking.
annoying. I'll give you that. This
Yeah.
was not having notes, not having Joel's notes was more annoying than his meticulous, ridiculous notes.
I mean, yeah. I have to remember what happened.
Yes, yeah, it's helpful.
So anyway, check out the other stuff on jayandjack.com. Subscribe to all their stuff. Subscribe here if you like this. We're on iTunes and on YouTube. Don'teva.com for
Thanks
YouTube.
again, Andrew.
Okay, that was super creepy. Why are you gonna end up like that?
Watch TV.
Don't Eva.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.